Mutant fish taking over waters around the world.
Behind running, fishing is the most popular outdoor activity for adults aged 25 and up. But all around the world, bizarre creatures are being reeled in, and it's doubtful that their captors would describe their catches as normal or relaxing. Here are 10 mutant fish taking over waters around the world.
No way. So things mutate. That happens pretty commonly because you have a lot of individual base pairs in your genome, and all it takes is one of those base pairs to, duplicate, switch, transition, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to end up being a different base pair and totally change something fundamental about your genetics. And sometimes that just leads to, your egg not hatching as a fish, but sometimes you can hatch and just have weird stuff going on with you. So mutations are extremely common. And usually it results in the animal dying. Sometimes they can survive despite the mutation, and very rarely the mutation is better, and that's when, natural selection takes place. But finding mutated fish is fairly common. I mean, I've seen lots of ones that have just little tiny things wrong with them. It's not a rare occurrence. But I'm curious what he has.
Number 10, Cyclops Shark.
Classic.
A bizarre discovery was made in La Paz, Mexico, in the Sea of Cortez. A pregnant bull shark was caught and its fetuses removed. One of them was an albino with one eye.
Yeah. This was, I read about this. I think it was actually a mutation because there were some people that were saying sometimes eyes move. So if you didn't know, flatfish like flounders, when they're, when they lay on their side, they have both eyes on one side of their head to see upwards. It wouldn't make sense to have an eye on one side and be laying down on that eye. When they're born, the eyes are normal. They're on both sides. And then as they grow up, the eye slowly moves across their face. So I had wondered originally if it was something like that, where this was just part of the formation process. But apparently it is an actual mutation.
The man said that the pregnant shark was dead when they pulled it up, and that during the process of filleting the shark, they found...
That fish is fucked up. Look at all the other babies. They look like normal ass bull sharks. That one looks like a character from was it Monsters vs. Aliens? What's that movie?
Found 10 fetuses.
No, not Monsters Inc.
One.
Not Monsters Inc. I think I said it right. Monsters vs. Aliens. Yeah, I said it right. Why are you guys gaslighting me? It's not Monsters Inc. This guy, the blob guy. Is his name Jerry? The Jello guy. Yeah, the blob. You're telling me it doesn't look like that?
Number 9, mutated two-headed dolphin. A two-headed mutant dolphin washed up on the shore.
Well, no, okay, I shouldn't say pretty common, but the whole two-headed thing is not very rare. We've seen it in fish. We've seen it snakes, amphibians. It's been seen in basically every grouping of life.
Fire on the west coast of Turkey. Preliminary eyewitness reports said that the eyes and blowhole of one of the heads weren't open, which may mean that there were further deformations in the creature.
So one of the heads was dead. So sometimes it happens where you have the two heads, Siamese twins, and they're connected to the same body. But this one I assume one of the heads was dead, whereas the other one was alive. So one of the heads was just extra flesh growing out, but didn't have a brain or anything like that.
Another incident of a two-headed dolphin-like creature was reported in the Netherlands. They reported the first ever case of conjoined harbor porpoises. There are a lot of things that indicate that the creature died shortly after birth. Its tail had not stiffened, which is something that porpoises need in order to swim. Its dorsal fin had not become vertical yet, and it still had hairs on its upper lip, which porpoises shed after birth.
Yeah, so this is what I mean. Mutations happen all the time, but generally they lead to lower fitness. The organism just isn't able to survive very long. I mean, two-headedness is pretty, assuredly a disadvantage. It's pretty difficult to get normal dolphin things done when you have two opposing heads.
Twins are rare. Many people have a soft spot for dolphins and porpoises, so the thought of having 2 times the fun of a dolphin-like creature in one animal is exciting. It's very unfortunate that this story turned out the way it did, instead of resulting in one of the coolest animals ever. Number 8, Pugnose striped bass.
Striped bass. This is actually one of the first times in one of these videos that I've seen a fish that I have worked with. Striped bass we have around here. They go through the dam. I think we identified one of them during dam footage. Yeah, it just looks like its lower lip is going out further and its eye is forward. It's just got like a really blunt snout for some reason, which is fair. I mean, there's just a mutation that gave it a blunt snout.
Mutation is fairly common in striped bass and doesn't have any harmful effects on the fish other than making it look really weird. Number 7. Fish with horns. A fisherman in Siberia was stunned when he reeled in 2 pike that had horns on tops of their heads. He referred to them as underwater dragons because of their appearance. The fish, which were identified as pike, had been pulled from the river of Irtysh in Russia.
Pictures?
Locals blame nuclear debris from Russian missile launch experiments for the mutations. The fishermen dried and...
That seems fake. Like, I know, so we talked about, we watched that one, or we looked at that one photo of the deformed fish that had like the projections, the cutaneous projections out of its eye. Like, it would, if it was going to have that type of projection, it would not be that perfect. Like, perfect dragon horns. It looks extremely fake to me.
Number 6. Mutant fish in Russia.
That's a wolf eel.
A gigantic fish had been terrorizing locals in Siberia for months before it was finally caught.
It's just a wolf eel.
Experts say it was a wolffish, a type of endangered bottom-feeding predator. But with the amount of its attacks, its appearance, and just the fact that a giant, massively aggressive fish was attacking anything...
They're not massively aggressive.
Before I reveal the next example, you should subscribe if you're enjoying the video. We upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily.
Amazing fact-filled videos. Top 20 shocking World Cup football moments. It's 2 guys head-to-head with lights shining. Interesting.
Number 5. Giant fluorescent bluefish. Residents in Gaston County, North Carolina are trying to figure out what this huge fish is and where...
Probably like a carp. It's just like a normal fish, but it has like a blue coloration to it sticking out of the top of the water.
Was taken. It was uploaded on Disclosed Screens YouTube.
Yeah, it's just probably just a carp. I mean, like, carp sometimes have like a bluish color to them. It's not unreasonable that it could just be like a more concentrated blue, or the lighting could be bad.
Channel and simply said that the fish was from a lake in Gaston County, but not which one. The fish appears to be around 4 feet long, and Disclosed says it's around 30 pounds. Many are speculating that it's some sort of
4 feet long, 30 pounds? Bro, what? That's so light.
About 1 in a million times a rainbow trout will be blue due to a rare genetic variant, but that occurs in approximately 1 in a million cases. If this is what the fishermen saw here, they stumbled across an extremely rare creature.
I think it's just a normal fish in shitty lighting. I think it's just a normal carp in shitty lighting. I've seen some pretty bluish looking carp. I feel like if you had the right quality camera, it would just look slightly more blue. You could easily come to this conclusion.
Number 4. Russian fish with 2 mouths. This fish is simply terrifying. It has 1 mouth on its face, 1 on its neck, and a bizarre tail. But even more creepy is the fact that it has an odd bulbous protrusion that appears to be filled with some sort of liquid.
Yeah, this is a fucked up fish. This fish got mutated beyond belief.
Fisherman who caught it.
So yeah, this is definitely one of those mutations that lowered survivability. If it's real, this is like no fucking shot this fish survives.
It's speculated
anything.
That a Reddit user posted a video that appeared to show a 2-headed fish. For a bit, speculation was all over the internet about...
I don't think this is a 2-headed fish. This just looks like a normal one of those, Asian carp, and this part has just separated, like the bone has separated here. I mean, it's possible it could have had a second mouth mutation, but this kind of just looks like the bone was separated here. Because if you take this part out and you cut off this photo here, right, you just look at this part, it's a normal carp.
That appeared to show a 2-headed fish. Experts said it was a grass carp that had been deformed. The second mouth was actually a large hole formed because the gill arches weren't connected to its mouth. There was also a fish caught in Australia that had...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this, if you just take this and you connect it here, it looks perfectly normal. So it seems like that's the most logical conclusion.
2 mouths. Number 3. Fish with human teeth. An emperor fish was caught...
That's not a mutant fish.
...by a school teacher in the West Papua region of Indonesia.
There are so many fish that have molar-like teeth. This is not a mutant fish.
Rather than eat the fish, they decided to freeze and preserve it. That's probably a good thing, because whatever unholy alliance that was forged in order to create this fish is probably not safe.
This is insane. This is not a mutation. There are so many fish across the world that have molar-like teeth. If you need to crush like clams and things like that to eat, or crabs, of course you're going to have molar-like teeth. They're better at it than canines are, than sharp teeth are. Sharp teeth are good at tearing into flesh, not for breaking things.
For ingestion. Number 2, the monstrous fish from Thailand. A Thai fisherman was out fishing and hoping to catch something worthy of a meal. Instead, he pulled in something that is pure nightmare fuel.
Isn't this just one of those blind fish?
This fish had a long body that looks
Isn't this just like one of those deep sea blind fish? I don't know its name, but I feel like I've seen this exact thing before. That's just blind because it doesn't live in an area that has light.
No one knows quite what it is. But the bigger mystery here is, where are its eyes and how does it see? Number 1.
It doesn't see, that's the whole point. It's blind. There are so many like cave fish around the world that are just completely blind because they live in lightless habitats, so why would they need to have eyes?
1. Birdfish. Some people say that it looks a bit like the face of a pigeon. Others say it looks like the face of a dolphin. What it definitely does not look like is the ordinary head of a carp that matches its body.
Yeah, it's just a carp with a growth on its head that's turning its head downwards. Again, it's so obvious to tell what's the mutation. If you just cut off this top part here, you have a perfectly normal carp.
People blame its apparent deformity.
How do people find these like deformities so confusing when it's so easy to just adjust and then see, oh, it's just a
on
carp.
Water contaminants. Others think that this is some sort of hybrid creature. But those in favor of the hybrid theory are not in agreement with what animals parented this bizarre creature. Unfortunately, testing cannot be done to shed light on
Birds can't breed with a fish. That is not... Nope, there are way too many millions of years of evolution separating them. It is not a dodo and a carp.
parentage either. What entry did you think was the most interesting? Let me...
Okay. A lot of misconceptions about what qualifies something as a mutant fish or why it matters.